Jim Cornette as a boss.
Yes,
in
I
Smoky
loved him.
Mountain. What was it like working for Jim, who at the very least is eccentric?
Look, Jim, and I know he's a hot button topic because, you know, he's got his podcast where he really goes off on today's modern wrestling. But I couldn't have been more pleased to have him as basically a college professor teaching me the insides of wrestling. So in my locker room, I had Southern legends like the Rock and Roll Express, Tracy Smothers, Dirty White Boy, all the Armstrong clan, Bullet Bob Armstrong, all the way down to Road Dogg Jesse James. So my first day in there, Cornette looks at me, and he knows I'm really, really young in wrestling. He goes, "If you can't learn in this locker room, that's a you problem." And when you've got guys teaching you ring psychology, how to walk around the ring, and you're getting taught promo skills from arguably one of the best talkers wrestling has ever seen, bro, it just I got so lucky to be placed in that locker room at that time to give me such great fundamentals. I tell everybody that Smoky Mountain was like me going to college, going to university to get a degree in wrestling, and all my professors were the guys I grew up watching, and they were willing to share their information with me. And to the day I die, I'll be thankful and blessed that I got placed in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
I mean, I do want to talk a little bit more about Cornette, because even if he likes you, you know, like, so I remember when we were doing a show with him in London, and he was to come to King's Cross Station in London, and he got dropped off at St. Pancras, which is round the corner. He wouldn't speak to me for 2 hours. He said, "I need 2 hours, Kenny. I love you, but I can't speak to you." I had to walk for 10 minutes. I'm not over it. So that's what happens when he likes you. Do you remember any specific instances where Jim maybe lost his mind a little bit?
Well, there's the famous drive-through story where he's trying to order a double cheeseburger from Wendy's, and they get his order wrong, and he, ends up having the police called on him because he's calling the girl everything on the other. Ooh, I can say this here. He calls the girl on the other side of the counter everything, including I said it. Hold on a second. Let me check my phone to make sure I didn't actually turn that on, so no one at home heard me say, "Oh, my phone is on." See, it is on. I'll put that there. But yeah, if he doesn't like you, Cornette has a gift of gab, and he has a silver tongue, and he will dissect you verbally in a way where you think you are less than the dirt that's under your foot, and that's like when it gets on you, and he does it in a southern accent too. "You dumb son of a bitch, mother, kick your ass." How do you string that together so fast and not stumble? I barely got it out, and he's doing this in a fit of anger. So I love the dude. He says some crazy stuff, but I love him.
And he ended up kind of in a roundabout way helping you get your WWF gig, right?
There's no roundabout way. He's the one that got me my WWF job. So yeah, give it up for Cornette, because without him, I'm not here. So I'm down wrestling. I just left Smoky Mountain Wrestling in the spring of '95. And I had gone down to up to Al Snow School for a little bit there, and started training kids there. Excuse me. And then I got the call to go to Puerto Rico. Wrestling in Puerto Rico is like wrestling in purgatory. There's no future there. You're just there getting reps. And when you go there, this is like the early days of cell phones. So when you go there, you disappear on an island and no one knows you're alive anymore. Like, where the hell did he go? He's in Puerto Rico. Oh, makes sense. So I'm down there for a few months, and it's Christmas break, and I come back home. And back then, because there's no cell phones, you would get your Rolodex out and just roll through and start calling people and going, "Hey, how you doing?" Checking in. Well, in wrestling, you always check in with someone who can help you get a job. It's what you do. So I call Cornette. I go, "Hey, James E." And before I can get James E out, he goes, "Where the f*** you Jen! Nice talking to you, too. And I go, down in Puerto Rico. He goes, I was looking for you. You're looking for me? So now my antenna perk up, and I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, he goes, hold on. Can you be in New York this Saturday? It's like Tuesday. And I go, yeah. Click. Hello? Hello? He's hung up on me. So at the time I'm dating a girl, her name is Jennifer, and I go, Jen, he hung up on me. Okay. Well, I don't know what the that was about. Click. Bring. Hello? D-Lo. Yeah, James E. You don't have to introduce yourself. I know who you are. I know your voice. WWF Travel will call you later on, and they're going to help arrange your travel. Do you have a suit? Yes, I got a suit. Okay. Bring your suit. Travel will call you, and we'll see you in New York on Saturday. I hang up the phone. Hey, Jen, I need to get a suit. Rule 1 in wrestling, if someone asks if you have it, you say yes, and then figure it out. Because if you say no, they'll find someone who already has it. So I get my suit. I go to the Goodwill. We have Goodwills over here? Yeah. Thrift shops where people donate clothing, and then you buy them for pennies on the dollar. So I bought a suit that fit me that looked like came from someone's funeral. Like, when I say that, like the dude who was in the funeral was wearing it. So I buy this suit for like, I don't know, $20. And I got my suit now. It still smells like, the casket and everything else. And I pack it up, and I'm off to New York. WWF Travel calls me, no problem. They arrange my ticket. Boom. And next thing you know, I'm in New York City. And I get there. And this is the first taping of Shotgun Saturday Night. And for those who don't know, it was taped in a club called Webster Hall. It's a very famous club in New York City, like very famous, like all the stories of the 80s where you heard about cocaine and drugs and dancing all night. That's Webster Hall. Sounds like someone knows what I'm talking about. So I get there, and I'm D-Lo no name. I have no name. I'm just bow tie guy because I wanted to stand out. So instead of having a tie, I had a bow tie. So I wanted to be different. And on my first day there, they tell me, we'd like Ahmed Johnson to slam you on this car. Now, what a lot of people in the WWF at the time didn't know is I was a backyarder. So getting slammed in the car was nothing, so I'm going to up the ante. I say, hell, he doesn't need to slam me in his car. Have him give me his finish on the top of the car. That's the pro rear plunge. So just a modified power bomb. And they were like, oh, you can take that? And in my mind, I'm going, hell yeah. But, emotionally, I'm going, I think I can do it. In my mind, I got this shit. So we go and do it. We get the segment. We go out to the parking lot. It's nighttime. We'd set it up earlier in the day. We get out there, and Ahmed Johnson hits me. Boom, with the pro rear plunge on top of the car. We go to commercial break, so I'll give you a little inside wrestling. When the cameras go off, I jump up and go, yes, I'm okay. So I jump up and go, oh, I'm okay. So they walk me back in. And as I'm walking back into the building, I'm not really paying attention because my back hurts because I got powerbombed on a car. But I'm not going to tell anybody. All of a sudden, I get a grab in my arm. I look down. Come here, sit next to me. It's Vince McMahon. And I go, yes, sir. He goes, sit here. I go, okay. And he's in front of the monitors and all that. And we're in commercial break. And he goes, wait with me right here. I'm like, what the hell is he going to do? Kill me? What's going on? And then the show comes back on, and immediately the first thing you see is a replay. And he goes, watch this with me. I just did it. I don't need to watch it. But okay. And he sees it. And he goes, that was awesome. In that Vince maniacal voice. And I go, oh, he liked it. Now the kid in me, that's like Willy Wonka. That's like the Wizard of Oz. And for him to say you did something he liked, oh, I'm like, I'm in now. This is awesome, I'm in. And he goes, that's a great bump. Why the did you take it? What do you mean? I'm doing something for you. But he liked it, and then he goes, all right, I'll see you. Now, my thing was a one-off. And then I get on the plane and go home the next day. And Cornette calls me like 2 days later, and he goes, Vince loved you. Can you be in Chicago next Monday? Monday is Raw. Wait a minute. I've made it. I've elevated up. I've gone from Shotgun Saturday Night to Raw. And so they get me there, and that's when they put me in the backdrop of the Nation, because if you remember the original incarnation of the Nation Domination, it was Ron Simmons, Savio Vega, Crush, and then there was a little lawyer named Clarence Mason, and then standing behind him was a bunch of guys in suits. Well, none of those guys in suits were trained wrestlers. They were Clarence Mason's fraternity brothers. So none of them could take a bump. So then I got brought in. I'm thinking I'm getting my big shot. No, I was take a bump D-Lo. They brought me in to take more bumps for other guys, because if I could take this bump on a car, what the hell could they do to me next? So for about 6 months, I was just getting bounced around everything, through tables, over top ropes, off balconies, but eventually it worked out where Vince finally said, let's get this kid under contract, and that's my long way of how I got to the WWF.